Okay, so good evening. Good evening, Nicole. I hope everything goes well. I hope my microphone works. I had some problems yesterday. So, okay, so we're gonna start with today's classes. This is the last lesson where we stop, if I'm not wrong. If you have any question about the lesson, and then just let me know. This is a recorded classes, a recorded class. So, okay, I hope you can see my screen. Yes, supposedly. Yes, I'm sharing my screen, right? Okay, today's lesson is about past perfect continuous. This is a continuously form of another time tense. We already know how to form the past perfect, right? Okay, for this time, for today, we're gonna see a kind of combination, right, between the past perfect plus the continuously form of another time tense. Okay, so let's listen the audio. Give me a second. Okay, yes, let's listen. Oh, why is this not working? Okay, give me a second. Yes, now it's okay. The volume was okay.
Hi, do you want to hear a funny coincidence? I've been thinking about my college roommate all day yesterday, and last night she called me. We hadn't talked to each other for a long time because we've been working so much. Had been thinking and had been working are examples of the past perfect continuous. Let's learn more.
Okay, so we have had been thinking and have been working, right? Something that these examples have in common is the auxiliary. The first thing is the auxiliary verb have, the verb been in its participle form, and the ing at the end of the principal or the main verb. Okay, so let's see it. First of all, we're gonna listen the first audio where we're gonna learn in what cases do we have to use this time tense, the past perfect continuous, or when do we have to use it? So let's listen.
We use the past perfect continuous to talk about something that was in progress before a specific time in the past. The past perfect continuous focuses on the continuation of an action, not the end result.
Talia arrived at 10 o'clock. I'd been waiting for 3 hours to hear the recording.
This means that Tony began waiting at 7, 3 hours before Talia arrived. Remember, we usually don't use continuous forms with non-action verbs.
Okay, so let's do it. Give me a second, please. Okay, I'm trying to change my microphone. Okay, yes, I guess now it's okay. All right. So the question here is when to use the past perfect continuous. We use this time tense to refer to an ongoing action that ended before another action or event in the past. For example, I had been looking for a job for several months when I found this position, right? As with all continuous forms, when we use the past perfect continuous, we're focusing on the action itself, right? And possibly also the effect on the subject rather than its completion. For example, if I'm gonna say the workers have been unloading the truck when the summer started, right? We don't know if the unloading was completed or not, right? And it's not important for us, right? The focus is just on direction, right? For example, Talia arrived at 10. Okay, I've been waiting for 3 hours to hear the recording. Okay, we're gonna look for this sentence, right? I have been looking, or I've been looking, waiting, sorry, for 3 hours. Okay, so in this one, in this sentence, okay, we're gonna focus of the continuation of an action. Okay, it is started at morning maybe, and then it finished at night. Oh, we have on the timeline. Okay, it is started at 7 and it finished at 10. Okay, then Talia arrived at 10. Okay, so this person started waiting. Okay, so we focus on the continuation of an action. Okay, then it finished. Okay, so the focus, right? We're focusing on the action itself, right? And possibly also the effect on the subject, right? The focus is just on direction. Okay, we're not interested in when does it finish, right? Not the result, not really, right? Not in the result. This means that Tony began waiting at 7, okay, 3 hours before, so we have a progressive action, okay? 7, 8, 9, 10, okay, 3 hours, right? Then, right, before Talia arrived, okay? Something that you have to remember is that we usually don't use continuous forms with non-action verbs, right? We don't say Tony had been knowing. No, it's a non-action verb. So it doesn't imply an action. So that's the reason why I can't use with a continuously form, right? For several years. So again, we're gonna use the past perfect continuous, right? To refer to an ongoing action that ended before another action or event in the past. Everything is in the past. That's the reason of why the lesson is called past perfect, okay? We have to know a quick review of the past perfect simple. Is used to refer to something more in the past than another action or situation, okay? For this reason, it's almost always found in combination with the simple past or past simple, right? For example, when I left university, I had already found a job, right? What does it mean? That the action of finding a job happened before leaving university, right? So again, this the past perfect simple, not the continuous, right? The past perfect simple is used to refer to something more in the past than another action or situation, right? For that reason, it's almost always found in combination with the past simple, okay? What is the difference? In this lesson, we are gonna combine with a continuous form, okay? What does it mean? My attention is gonna go, right? It's gonna be on the action that is in progress or was in progress, okay? We focuses, well, the past perfect continuous focuses on the continuation of an action, okay? Not the end result. So take care. All right, so how can we, how to form the past perfect continuous? Well, we create sentences with the past perfect continuous by using had been. Okay, I'm not gonna modify it. And the main verb in the ing form, the main verb is the principal verb. Okay, so let's listen the audio.
We form the past perfect continuous with had been plus the base form of the verb plus ing.
I just found out that Dee had been lying the whole time.
Remember, in conversation, we often use contractions with pronouns. We also use the contraction hadn't for had not.
He hadn't been practicing with the team.
Okay, We create sentences with the past perfect continuous by using have been, as you can see. If I'm gonna talk in third person, singular, or plural, I'm not gonna modify it. What does it mean? I'm gonna say he. What should I write here? Had been. Right? This is plural. If I'm gonna talk in, this is third person, right? If I'm gonna talk in plural, I'm also gonna use the same structure, okay? I had been working. You have been working. He, she, it have been working. We had been working. You in plural have been working. They have been working, okay? As you can see, that's the structure, had been plus the base form of the verb or the main verb, okay? Working, traveling, travel, work, arrive, go, right? Working, traveling, going, okay? Plus the ing form. It means a continuous form, okay? How about the negative? I'm gonna write it here. Give me a second. Okay, so for example, if I'm gonna say, let's see, the negative, I'm gonna choose whatever subject, right? In this case, I'm gonna choose the first one, I, then, okay, had. I have two options. To use the whole form, had not, had not, then, the been, working, for example. Okay. Or I have the option to use the contraction, right? Hadn't been working. I hadn't been working, okay? So you have both options, right? And the same happened for all the subjects, right? That's the reason of why maybe I like the past perfect, because the structure is very simple, right? When we refer to whatever subject we want, I, you, he, she, it, I'm not gonna modify the auxiliary verb had. I'm gonna use la as it is, okay? Okay, the short answer is yes, I had, okay? So how can I answer, all right, so how can I form, a question? How can I form a question? I'm gonna choose, that's very easy, right? We're gonna choose, I had been working. This was example, okay? All right, so how can I change it into a question? It's very easy, and the same happens with all the just no questions, right? I'm gonna find my auxiliary verb. Which one? Had. Had is the auxiliary verb. All right. Then I'm gonna choose my subject. Goes in the sentence, in a normal sentence, goes at the beginning, and the question is gonna go in second place. Had I, and then I'm gonna copy the rest of the sentence as it is working, right? Had I been working? Let's try with another one. What can we say? All right. We had been working. Okay. We had been working. All right. How can I change it into a question? Easy. I'm gonna choose it auxiliary verb. All right. Had the subject we. Then I'm gonna copy the rest of the sentence as it is. Had we been working, right? Had we been working? Okay, what else? If I'm gonna talk in in third person, we have he, he, she, with capital letters, don't forget it, he, she, it had been working. Okay. He had been working, she had been working, it had been working. Or can I change it into a question? Easy. I'm gonna choose my auxiliary verb. Had. All right. Then my subject. I have he, it had been working. Okay, had he hello? Okay, now it's working. All right. Okay, no, I had some problems with the microphone. I hope, no, my goodness. Okay, so I was writing here. Okay, what was the example? Okay, had he, she, it, oh, been working. That's all, right? Had, oh, sorry, I forgot the letter D. Okay, as you can see, when we're gonna form a sentence, a normal sentence, it is the subject, I, you, he, she, it, and then, right, etc, plus the, in this case, the auxiliary, right? The auxiliary, the verb in its participle form, and the main verb, right? I'm gonna share my whiteboard. That I guess it's gonna be easy. Okay, I'm sharing my whiteboard, right? So if in a normal sentence, right? If in a sentence, sorry, there is no a normal sentence. In a sentence, right? I have to choose the subject, right? In this case, the past perfect, right? The auxiliary verb, right? Auxiliary verb, the verb in its participle form. What else? The main verb, working. Work, sorry, work, the main verb. This is the main verb. Okay, plus ing, right? The continuous form. Okay, that's all. That's all. All right. To form a question, the only thing that I'm gonna do is, first of all, capital letter. Okay, don't forget. Had. All right. This is the auxiliary verb. Then in second place, I'm gonna write the subject. Okay. Then I'm gonna copy the rest of the sentence as it is, being working. Okay. Oh, working, and the question mark, and that's all. Oh, something that I forgot, the period at the end of the sentence. Okay. You don't have to forget it, even if, well, the same happens, right? Something that you have to know. The same happened with all the sentences, right? For example, he, this is subject plus verb. He was, right? He was watching, for example. He was watching. Okay. How can I change it, this question into a, sorry, I'm gonna write again. He was watching. Okay. Watching. All right. Then period. All right. How can I change, if you want to change from the sentence by a question, the only thing that you have to do is change places, right? What does it mean? Then first place goes the subject, in second place the verb, and then the complement of a sentence. All right, I'm gonna take this first, this two parts, right? Capital letter, right? I'm gonna change the places. And he, okay, and then I'm gonna copy the rest of the sentence as it is, and I'm gonna write the question mark, right? So that will be everything about point number 2, I guess. Yes, point number 2, right? In conversation, we often use contractions, so you don't have to forget it. It's up to you, right? it's up to you. But in informal conversations, we do it, right? When you're gonna talk to your professor or them, when you want to sound a little bit more respectful, and then you have to opt, or you have to see to use the other way, right? Without contractions. So let's continue.
We often use by to introduce the specific time in the past.
By 10 o'clock, I'd been waiting for 3 hours.
Okay, let's continue with by. This is very simple, right? Maybe you've heard this word by. Okay, when we're gonna introduce not a specific time, but could be or not, right? Or maybe the near time. For example, it was 10 a.m. for example, right? As I am showing the time, the specific time in the past, again, everything is in the past, don't forget, right? We're gonna use by 10, by 8, by the time, by the morning, right? By night, okay? So then, if you're gonna introduce the the time, right? The specific time in the past. So yes, you're gonna use by, okay? And something important though is that you are available to write it at the beginning, okay? We actually do it, right? We use, or well, when we're gonna mention the specific time, we put it at the beginning. By 10, by 8, I have been waiting, right? By 8 a.m., I have been waiting, and then it goes at the beginning, right? So let's finish with point number 4.
We also use the past perfect continuous to show a relationship with another past action. The earlier action is in the past perfect continuous. The later action is in the simple past.
I just found out that Dean had been lying the whole time.
In this example, first Dean lied to Jackie. Then, later, Jackie found out about it.
It was late. When Talia finally arrived, Tony and I had been waiting for 3 hours.
In this example, first, Tony and Amy started waiting. Then, Talia arrived.
Okay, let's continue. As I told you at the beginning, right? This is a combination, right? We have the other option to use the past perfect continuous with a simple past. Do you remember? I told you this at the beginning. Okay. I just found out that Dean had been lying the whole time. Okay. So I just found out is a later action, right? The earlier action is had been lying the whole time. Okay. So you have the option to use this combination, right? If you want to show a relationship between two past actions, right? And you want to show which action happened first, or which one was the earlier action and which one was the later action. So you have to use this combination, right? To show the earlier action, you're gonna write it into the past perfect. And Dean has been lying the whole time, right? And then the later action is in the simple past. I just found out, okay? All right. So we have this, why was late? Okay. When the whole time, okay. Okay, so we have, I was late. When Talia finally arrived, Tony and I have been waiting for 3 hours, okay? Which one is the first action? Okay. They have been, they started waiting, right? Then the later action that is in the simple past is the second action. Okay, so let's take a view. Don't forget the earlier action, the first action, both happened in the past. Okay, first of all, past and past. Okay, but I want to show you which one happened first. The first action, okay, I'm gonna conjugate it into the the past perfect continuous. Okay, all right. I've been waiting for 3 hours. Then to show the second action, I'm gonna use the simple past. I just found out, okay, when Talia finally arrived. As you can see, this is a relationship, right, between two past actions, right? So yes, you have the option to use it, right? But don't forget that to show which action happened first, right? Don't get confused in that part. It's not difficult, right? It's not difficult. If you have the first action, because both happened in the past, right? But if you want to show the first action, you're gonna use the past perfect continuous. She had been lying the whole time. Okay, when Maria found out. Okay, so that's the second action, right? All right, so that will be everything about the lesson. It was not difficult, right? If you have any question, please let me know to my WhatsApp. I would prefer if you send me an audio, right? Because sometimes I can't understand to my students. So okay. All right, so we're gonna practice. Okay. So please give me a second. I'm going to share my screen with you. It is loading. Okay, okay, so I'm gonna share my screen. I have a pain in my neck. I don't know why. Okay. All right, so I'm sharing my screen. I hope you can see. Yes. It appears like yes, you're able to see. Okay, so we have to complete each dialogue. Give me a second, I'm gonna drink water. Oh my goodness, I was thirsty. Okay, so we have to complete each dialogue and we have to choose the correct answer. Okay, when did you become a reporter? Okay, in 2000. Okay, we don't have, I've been working as a researcher before that. So we have 3 options, right? Okay, so because of the structure, we know that the past perfect continuous work with the auxiliary had. So I'm gonna choose the first one. Okay, had you been a promotion? No, but I was very happy about it. Okay, we have expected, expect, or expecting. Okay, again, we don't have to forget the okay. Okay, so as I told you, right, is the auxiliary verb, the subject, the verb in its participle form, and then the principal verb with ing, right? So it could be, have you been expecting a promotion? No, but I was very happy about it. Okay. How do you like your new apartment? How do you like your new apartment? I love it. Before, I Okay, so I have a combination. I have a relationship between two past actions, as you can see, right? The earlier action is I have been living with 3 roommates. The later action needs to be in the simple past. So before I moved in, I'd been living 3 hours with, I'm sorry, with 3 roommates. This happened first, and then she moved it. Okay. All right. So, did you finish the report for class? No. When I started it, I boxes all afternoon. I was too tired to finish. Okay. So, all right. So, when I started, okay, this is the later action. So let's, could it be this one? No, because of the, oh, give me a second. Okay, no, because of the auxiliary verb. This is a present perfect continuous. Okay, so this no. Was no. Yes, this one because of the structure is had been plus the main verb with ing. So I'm gonna choose the third option. No, when I started it, I'd been unpacking boxes all afternoon. All afternoon, I was too tired to finish. Okay. So why do you get so angry at Dean? When we're gonna use this expression, we actually do with the preposition at. Why are you so angry at Dean, at me, at Mariela, at Mary, at John? Okay. I was so angry at you, for example. Okay. So why did you get so angry at Dean? I found out. Okay, so we have the later action that he. Okay, we already have the verb in its participle form. We have the main verb plus ing. Okay, so hadn't. Okay, this couldn't be possible. This is not an auxiliary. So I found out that he hadn't been planning to help me with my career at all. Okay, I called you at 3, but you'd already left work. Okay, I covered the story early this morning. Okay. Okay, we have a time. We're given the specific, we're mentioning the specific time in the past. So, okay, so it would be by 3. All right, I covered a story early this morning. By 3, when we're going to introduce a specific time in the past, we use by, right? I've been working for 12 hours. Okay, so let's submit. And let's see how is everything. And yes, it was great, right? So maybe you have the exercises solved. All right, so yes, that will be, right? Okay, we're gonna continue, I guess, with okay. So give me a second, please. I'm going to share my screen. Oh, sorry. I'm going to share my screen with you again, but give me a second because it is loading. Okay, we're gonna wait for a second. It suddenly appears. All right, so yes, it is. Okay, so we have to complete the paragraph. We have to type the correct form of the verb in parentheses into the blank. Use a past perfect, continuous, or simple past. Okay, it looks great. Okay, so let's do it. Sally Curran started her journalism career a lot earlier than most. The most reporters, right? Curran was born in Washington, D.C. in 1975. Okay, I'm sorry. Curran was born in Washington, D.C. in 1975, but grew up in Raleigh, North Carolina. Before the Curran family, okay, we have before. Okay, so this is a relationship between two past events. So the later action is moved to Raleigh, both her parents. Okay, and this is the first action, the earlier action. So have been working for a TV news show in Washington, D.C. in Raleigh. Her father became the news reporter for a local TV show, and her mother worked for a national newspaper. In middle school in 1985, Curran decided, let me think. Decided, okay, to publish a newsletter. The cul-de-sac, to report. I guess this is French, right? No. Yes, could be the cul-de-sac. Yes, to report neighborhood news. Her interest in reporting wasn't surprising. By 1985, she had been watching her father report the evening news for years. Okay, so I'm showing a continuous action. So that's the reason of why we have to use the past perfect continuous. The cul-de-sac printed Curran's first big story, a local pollution scandal. This factory, okay, it's wasting into our river for years. When, okay, this factory had, as you can see, I'm showing two actions. This is the earlier action, and this is the later action. So the first action needs to go in the past perfect continuous. Have been growing. Okay, have been growing in its waste into our river for years. When I reported. Curran said, by the time she became a editor of her high school newspaper, Curran had been covering. Oh, what is that? Okay, I've been covering neighborhood news for several years. Why? Because I have for several years, so it indicates me that I'm talking about an action that it was in progress in the past. So, okay, that will be everything. And it is great. Okay, it was great. So that will be everything about the subject, about the lesson, about past perfect continuous, right? I already shared the 3 lessons, right? We've seen before, where we already learned the other 3 time tenses, right? So you're gonna have until Wednesday, right? From next week, right? Yes, if you are not available to join to the class, I'm gonna leave the recorded of each class, right? So in that time, you are gonna watch it when you have time, right? So yes, that will be everything for today. If you have any question, please DM me, and yes, or whatever question you may have about the lesson, about the class, just let me know, okay? We were supposed to have classes tomorrow, but we don't have to, we don't have classes tomorrow, right? So we're not gonna have it. So if you have any question, I would prefer if you send me an audio asking for something about the lesson, okay? So that will be everything for today. Don't forget to do your homework and the quiz, and have a great night. I'll see you on Monday, I guess. So have a great week.